Bill Gates has 5 book recommendations for your 2021 holiday season. Here are the 5 books that made his yearly top picks list this year. One. Clara and the Sun, by Kazuo Ishiguro. I love a decent robot story. Gates expounded on the most recent novel from the Nobel Prize-winning British creator Kazuo Ishiguro. Clara and the Sun is a story told according to the perspective of a sun-based fueled robot named Clara, a seriously sick child's sidekick in a tragic future United States. In spite of the story's tragic setting, Gates noticed, the man-made reasoning-controlled robots aren't a power for evil. Rather, the book alludes to Clara and other comparable robots as counterfeit companions. Man-made brainpower has for some time been a space of revenue and speculation for Gates. In a 2015 Reddit Ask Me Anything meeting, he noticed that machines with genius could sensibly compromise humankind sometime in the future. Ishiguro's book, Maybe, addresses the other side of that contention. This book made me contemplate what existence with incredibly smart robots may resemble, Gates composed. What's more, regardless of whether we'll treat these sorts of machines as bits of innovation or as another element. Two. Project Hail Mary, by Andy Weir. Similar as Andy Weir's 2011 novel The Martian, which showed up on Gates' 2020 Summer Understanding Rundown, Project Hail Mary includes a human who winds up in a precarious circumstance in space. The hero is a secondary teacher who awakens on a strange space apparatus, without any information on how he arrived. As per Gates, it's a book that's hard to depict without parting with too many unexpected developments. However, at the very least, the educator utilizes science and designing to make all the difference, Gates composed. It's a pleasant read, and I completed the entire thing in one end of the week. Three. 1,000 Brains, A New Theory of Intelligence, by Jeff Hawkins. In 1996, Jeff Hawkins imagined the Palm Pilot Advanced Collaborator. From that point forward, Gates composed, Hawkins has gone through many years contemplating the associations among neuroscience and AI, finishing in 8,000 Brains, a genuine book that distributed in March. In his book, Hawkins, who likewise helped to establish AI organization Numenta in 2005, takes apart how individuals ponder the idea of insight, how the human mind works, and what it'll take to foster a genuine man-made consciousness. 1,000 Brains is proper for non-specialists who have little foundation in mind science or software engineering, Gates composed. It's loaded up with intriguing bits of knowledge into the engineering of the mind and enticing signs about the eventual fate of astute machines. Four. The Codebreaker, Jennifer Doudna, Gene Editing, and the Future of the Human Race, by Walter Isaacson. Entrywiz additionally suggests this memoir of organic chemist Jennifer Doudna, who won the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her work on CRISPR quality altering, a framework where DNA is sliced and qualities are changed to treat sicknesses. The book is composed by Isaacson, who is additionally the biographer for Gates' long-lasting companion and adversary, Steve Jobs. The Codebreakers is something other than a history of Doudna's logical vocation and revelations. It dives profoundly into the possible uses of CRISPR quality altering, for example, restoring blood infections like sickle cell paleness. Gates composed, adding that CRISPR is one of the coolest and maybe most significant logical forward leaps of the last decade. CRISPR has been profoundly troublesome in huge bits of established researchers for a long time, generally because of moral worries. Isaacson works really hard featuring the main moral inquiries around quality altering. Gates composed including whether the interaction ought to be utilized to adjust the human genetic stock for people in the future. 5. Hamlet equals by Maggie O'Farrell. Here's where Gates' list veers from science and innovation into verifiable fiction. William Shakespeare named his main child Hamlet, and Maggie O'Farrell's novel of a similar name is an anecdotal record of the existence of the bard's youngster. Hamlet kicked the bucket in 1596, at age 11, of obscure causes. However, a well-known hypothesis for his reason for death was bubonic plague. After 3 years, Shakespeare started composing Hamlet, and O'Farrell plunges into the potential ways that the deficiency of his child might have formed the dramatist's most famous misfortune. On the off chance that you're a Shakespeare fan, you'll love this moving novel with regards to what his own life might have meant for the composition of one of his most well-known plays. Gates composed. I thought it was a wonderful, elegantly composed gander at how distress destroys a family.